Hey, welcome back. And this has been a hot minute since I've done a video, and I am so sorry. I have been going through big turbulences, a lot of changes in my life, and some chaotic situations that have gone along, and some stuff got out of hand. I'm not gonna lie. So it really has complicated me in regards to like channeling and doing readings and posting, because alongside I was also like moving and trying to even cope with my own feelings, because I was just I was losing it. I was just losing it. I couldn't make sense out of things. A lot of heartbreak and a lot of betrayal that has gone on for me in my life, and it sucks because I just feel like, there always is another way to go about stuff, but things have to happen the way that they need to happen. And it just sucks because I am very like heavily like since the Scorpio full moon, like I have been pouring my eyes out. I've been crying. I've been having hard times being, like settled or calm. And I've been like, journaling, having to like, calm myself down because my thoughts are racing. I'm like constantly going back and forth, like, where did I go wrong in my life? Or where did I did my own mistake? And whenever I talk to Grok and stuff like that, it's like, there's a part of me where like, like, yes, I had my own point. And then there's other points where, when you're allowing people's opinions get to you and, dictate who you are as an individual. And that shit sucks. It sucks so bad. And this is why, like, it kind of hits me to a point in my life. Like, this was like a while ago where I really like get into moments in my life where I just do not care. Like, I seriously do not care. If you get me to the point of I don't give a fuck what you think, you really got me to the point I don't give a fuck. Like, you can think I'm this and that, and I'm gonna still live my fucking life. I'm still gonna go with my life. Like, you can think whatever. Because I know in my end, I know my fucking story, I know my fucking truth, and you cannot stop me from speaking my fucking truth. And if my truth is like what happened, it is what it is. I'm not afraid to say your side or your story. Like I'm like there's always two sides to the story. And so that's why it's very hard having to cope and like handle those emotions, especially when it's very intensely. And FYI, I'm a girly pop with a Scorpio moon and Mercury, so I am literally like there's so much psychological shit that I'm just like going through, and also emotionally. And there's like a lot of like reflection that has been going on within myself, and I'm just like like, and I'm also like trying my best not to like allow myself to be gaslit, like with my own thoughts or like with the narratives that are going in my head, because I'm trying to make sense of so much stuff that has gone on for such a while. Because in my, like, for me, it's like, I know I have a good heart. I know I have a kind heart. I know I have my moments. It just fucking sucks, when stuff hits the fan and it's way out of your control. And for me, like, what really freaks me out is whenever I have, like, something is way out of my fucking hands. Like, it's out of my hands and I'm up in the air and leaving up to spirit and saying, like, you know what, like, I hope you can handle this in a just way, like, and just even processing heavily emotions that are just, hard because, you're either like put like in a stuck motion because you didn't, see that happening or ever like occurring in your life, even if it's like traumatic. Or even if it's just a normal situation, regardless of the situation, like, you don't expect those kind of things to happen to you. And when it does happen to you, it sucks. Because you're asking yourself, where did I go wrong? How did I let this get this far? Or how did I let this happen? And why was it me? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, what karma am I having to pay now? What kind of vibration am I really at to be attracting this kind of stuff? And this is just me giving you guys like an insight into my little world and like what I've been going through and thinking through, because it's been very fucking challenging for me. And you guys, like, you know, I feel like bad because I feel like I abandoned you guys, because I can't seem to just do my readings. It's been so bad, and it's been a long time since it's been like very bad, to the point where like I can't do a reading without, you know, having this anxiety in my body, this tension, the paranoia, the intrusive thoughts, you know, like just feeling freaked out and in survival. Like it just messes with me. And I don't feel like you guys, you know, need to be putting up with that online, especially from me and in my readings, especially if I'm going to be channeling a reading that you're wanting to be guided from or get some insight in. Like, I don't feel like that's okay. And today, like, whenever I did my threads reading, like, you know, I really had to, like, you know, try my best to be chill about it and be as calm. And I feel like I'm performing or any of that stuff, because I have such an issue of feeling like overperforming and overdoing, that it just, I wear myself out. And the performance is not like a facade, it's not a mask, it's none of that stuff at all. Like, it's not, because I'm gonna be dead as real with you regardless at the end of the day, like what it is. But to me, it's just like, it's a lot of personal stuff that has gone on. And it's very turbulent, because, you know, as humans, we want closure. We want, you know, to know the whys. We want to, like, you know, come to like a point in your life where you come with peace with it. But sometimes like life is so confusing, and both stories can be true at the same time. And there's just so much in the in-between. And it just sucks, you know, especially when you're in a moment in your life where you're going through so many transitions, so many changes, and, you know, timelines where it's like, what's it called? You know, when you're like a due time, like I had a set time to, like, you know, move, and there was just so much crammed up, so much happening, that it just kind of like, it's chaotic. And whenever I'm in chaos, like the best way that I can do it is like, let me do it myself. Because I have this issue with thinking that I cannot depend on anybody in chaos unless you prove it to me that you can handle it and handle me while I'm in this. Because I can be a complete fucking hurricane. And whenever I'm going through a lot of transitions and changes, like I would rather be by myself. Like, that's dead ass. Like, I don't want to involve you. I don't want to, like, you know, string you along in my mess of like turbulence or any of that stuff. Like, to me, like, that seems messed up. It feels like I'm just dragging you along in my mess. It feels like I'm burdening you alongside with my own stuff. And I just, like, you know what? I don't want this. Like, I don't want this kind of stuff to be going on. Like, you know, and then there's like also times where like I'm like, oh, I did it to myself. Like shit, like I gotta like take responsibility for my own fucking stuff. Like, I sabotaged. Well, fuck. Like, now I gotta fix my own fucking life and, you know, not do it again. And not let my feelings, like, you know, dictate my life. Especially because for me, whenever I'm feeling something and I really feel it true to my core, like I get to the point where it's just like, fuck it. Like, fuck it. Like, you know, I don't care to burn a bridge type of fuck it. Like, there's that. Like, I don't care to burn a bridge. And, you know, it's kind of like a little mixture of like, damn, Luther, like, you gotta like learn how to like be more regulated, more grounded, learn how to communicate and have firm boundaries. And then today, like, I was kind of like beating myself up because I was just like, I was expressing myself, but then shame started like kicking me in like in the face. So I'm like, I'm not reverting. I'm just talking. 922 has to say this, like, I'm just talking. And I had to remind myself that it's okay to talk. People process stuff by talking. And I am having to get over that stuff. Because, you know what, like, everybody deserves to talk. Everybody. And to be silenced or to, you know, dim yourself down or to even like judge yourself, because these are fears that I'm facing through. This is like darkness that I'm facing through. So it's very challenging because you are in an inner battle within your own self. You're having to battle through like, your comfort zones of like, shutting down, not opening up, dealing with it by yourself. And that guilt and shame like really play like a very rough battle, especially when you're very confused. So I'm just here to remind you that you're not by yourself. You've never been by yourself. And I am very sorry that I have been in you. I am sorry that, I've been gone for a week. My life goes on outside from the camera. Like, I have a life of my own. And even if there's like sometimes like not much to be talked about through the camera, it doesn't mean that I'm not going through stuff. Like, I am definitely going through stuff. I am definitely a human, and I definitely like have my own world, like my own thoughts, my own opinions, my own likings. Like, I'm just as human as you are. And I have like one of my followers like message me, and it's very sweet. Thank you, like, for literally like messaging me and checking in on me. That it means a lot, to be honest, like, to be checking up on me, because I have a very hard time right now with trusting individuals, like, because I am fighting these thoughts, and I don't want it to be messy. Because I know life can be messy, but there's always just like that boundary. But regardless, I'm always going to appreciate you for even checking in on me and even having the courage to even message me. Like, that takes a lot of courage and balls, and I really appreciate you for that. And if you're watching this video, or you end up watching this video, like, thank you. This is for you. But I appreciate that you opened up to me. Like, I like that. And as of lately, I've been having a lot of people open up to me and telling me like their life stories, things they've been through. And I'm like, damn, like, I should really just have like a podcast and just interview people, because I like the questions I be coming up with. I'm like, well, damn, like, tell me about your life story. Like, tell me how that made you feel. Like, tell me, like, what was a shift, or like what made you want to like change that, So it's kind of like making me like think like, I could do that. Have like real ass conversations with people, and that way you guys have like an understanding of people's stories. And I'm pretty peachy with that. Like, shit, it doesn't have to be about me all the time. You can have the spotlight. Go ahead, be my fucking guest. But with my North Node in Leo, it's kind of like, what's it called? You gotta allow yourself to shine and be in the spotlight. And I'm just like, I like to be a hermit. I like to be by myself. I'm a weirdo. But at the same time, I'm like, ooh. Like, it's kind of conflicting, because I like to be by myself. Like, I like to do things like undercover type deal. Like, when it comes to like, being bold and out, I don't really do that. I do that behind closed doors. But out in public, I have to be under tequila to be doing that. But even then, like, I have not been drinking at all. I've been sober for quite some time, and I don't plan on, having any alcohol in my system. So I don't want to depend on like substances to bring that side out of me. I want to actually it be genuine coming out of me, because it's me as an individual, as a person. And because, I gotta get over this fear. Like, this is just like a part of my life that I gotta get over it. And I can understand this being an issue for, people that are in their 20s. Having that issue of like allowing yourself to stick out, have conversations, show your face. Like, because how many people do you ever see out in public, like, posting on social media? Like, you have to have like a set amount of like, confidence to want to post yourself on social media, to have the conversation, to be okay with being seen by other individuals, and saying fuck it, like, you're gonna see my dark sides, my gray sides, my white sides, my pink sides, my purple sides. Like, you're gonna see all of it. And that's kind of the tricky part when it comes to social media, because you don't know what kind of opinions are going to be thrown at you. And that's been something that I have been fighting through, especially with myself, because I am my worst critic. And that is such a huge battle for me. Like, why are you like this, girl? Like, give yourself some credit. And that the way that I've been showing myself some credit with my progress, with my growth, is literally like me, like every time, like, I'm seeing my following go up, or I see like a certain post go up, I literally take a screenshot of it and, keep it in my notes to show me how much I've grown since that date, to show me that you are still growing. You are growing, girl. You might not see it right now because it's you, but it's like a plant, like, or like a child, whenever you're like around somebody like for so long, you don't see it until you don't see them for a while. And then you're like, oh, they actually growed. They actually matured. It's like whenever you don't see your cousins or something like that, or your family member for a while, you're like, oh, this is what you got going on in your life? Cool. Like, it's stuff like that. So I don't want you guys to like ever undermine your growth. Like, because I'm having to remind this for myself, like, I've been growing. And, even healing is not even linear. It's going to come in so many different shades and colors in so many different ways. And it's cool, right? Because we're all human. We're always going to be going through stuff. And, some things are not as light as others. And you're just going to have to find yourself someone that's supportive, or a team or group of people that you can trust. I am learning so much with not having to isolate, because isolation can't be a bitch in a way. And the reason why I say this is because you can get really in your head and really start believing the things that get in your head. So I don't want that to happen to you, because it's just a tough cycle to break. But moving along, I finally got like the book that I've been waiting for quite some time. I know this is like something that I should be promoting on TikTok right now, but I'm here promoting it on YouTube too. So like, if you want to go on TikTok, like, here's this book, The 44 Laws of Peace. So let's see what like Spirit Team has to say about that. Oh, what advice would you give your younger self? The advice that I would give my younger self is, don't take your parents' criticism personally. Don't believe everything that what they tell you. Do not. Let's see. Law 27. Know what you can control and what you do not. This is very fucking on point right now, especially from this current situation. Alright, so I'm gonna read it. It does nothing to concern yourself with what you can't control. Many people would love to have the power of flight, but no one is crying themselves to sleep because they weren't born with wings. We accept it as a part of nature, and while we would like to be able to fly by our own power, we don't hold it against ourselves or God that we can't. We should adopt a similar attitude with all the things we don't control. The next time you are bothered by something, ask yourself, is this something I can or cannot control? If it's something you can't control, let it go. To continue to be bothered by something you have no power over is as silly as crying because you weren't born with wings. Still, do what you can do about the thing that's bothering you, but know and accept your limits. In the case of flight, we may not have the ability to soar by our own power, but through the understanding of human limitations and the power of innovation, man has created multiple vehicles in which humans can take flight. Take that how you want it. Alright, let's see. Ooh. What advice would you give to someone who's trying to live a good life? I can't seem to answer that right now. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I can have a few thoughts, but I would like to be in that spot to answer that question. So I hope you guys can forgive me on that one. Okay. Law 22. Confront your anxieties with reason. Don't run from your anxieties and don't hide from them by distracting your mind with media, drugs from them, or alcohol. You must come to realize that it is impossible to escape your anxieties by hiding from them, because it is you who create them. Instead, you must confront them head on, analyze them with reason, asking, is this thing which twists my stomach and causes me to pull out my hair something that I can't control, or is it something that is outside of my power? And if it's something out of your control, drop it from your list of concerns. For it's pointless to give energy to something which you have no power over. Don't cry that it's raining. Grab an umbrella. Don't whine to your nose is running. Wipe it. Of course, this is easier said than done. Some of us have anxieties that are born out of complex history of adversity. They stem from years of mental and even physical abuse. They are created through an upbringing in which we had no say and are strengthened by a mental state created in an effort to protect itself. Confronting these deeper anxieties, which most of us face on some level, will require consistent work. It will require you to look back and analyze your past experiences to question why you carry yourself the way you do, to find lessons in tragedy, to accept the past is no longer in your control, and that you have no definite sway on the future, for even tomorrow is not guaranteed. The work will be hard, but the solution is always the same. Do not morally distract yourself from your anxieties, confront them with reason. 2044, as I say this. So a lot of it has to do, like, if it's out of your hands, let it fucking go. And if it's something that you know that you can control, face it. Don't ignore it. Because there is always solutions to it. Especially, like, if you're having, like, anxieties and stuff like that. I try my best to, like, journal and write it down. And even if the writing brings me to freaking tears, like, I am still gonna write. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna write because, you know, it's allowing me to take out whatever's stored in my body and release it. And it's helping me, like, you know, clear up the fog, the mental stuff that is clogging up my mind, so I can feel lighter within my own self. But yeah, there's just a lot of shit happening, guys, and that's what's been going on. I'm pretty soon gonna, like, start delving into, like, other topics through these videos. You're just gonna have to be patient with me because I am healing, I am processing. I'm trying to, like, you know, be grounded, firm, secure, all the above. And there's that, like, there's just so much. Like, I'm dead ass, like, I need a therapist, I need a psychiatrist, like, I need it all. Like, come on, like, help me figure this stuff out. And I'm not kidding you right now, I need it. I seriously need it. I am not gonna lie, I do need it, and I will admit it each and every time someone offers it to me. I'm like, I do need it. And I'm not gonna pretend that I don't, because I know I'm not a freaking saint. I know I got my own issues to deal with. And I'm not gonna run away and pretend that I'm a freaking, like, holy person. Like, fuck that shit. Let's be real. I got my own bag. And, you know, it's nobody's responsibility for my bag. And that has been something that I've been, you know, taking accountability with, you know, accepting the fact that in my past, I've had a bag that, you know, I forgot that I was still carrying for a while. And it's been multiple bags because, like, it's not just one bag. There's bags for everything, you know, like, let's just visualize this. And, you know, I would unconsciously display and give out that bag to other people. And alongside with that, I was hurting people because I was handing out bags that weren't theirs to carry. And that was very, you know, it was, I don't want to, like, label it as bad, but that was unhealthy for me to do that to other people. And, you know, as people, we don't even know that we're doing it. So give yourself grace on that one. Like, I didn't even know that I was doing it until later down the line with the realizations and the epiphanies and opening my mind and my eyes, like, oh shit, like, I've been basically, like, destroying what I've been trying to build. And especially, like, in my friendships and relationships, like, shit, I've been doing this and, you know, repeating this cycle, pattern, habit, behavior, and it really does come with a toll. And it's not a very easy realization whenever you finally open up your eyes to it and you finally look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, so I've been this kind of person, you know? But that's not to say that it's not fixable. It's not to say that you're going to be this person forever. You're not, you know, condemned for it. You can forgive yourself, apologize if you still can to people, and just own up to it and try your best to not do it anymore. And then keep holding yourself accountable each and every time that, you know, you accidentally display that behavior. And, you know, just keep on practicing it so that way you don't repeat it. Because, you know, even teaching yourself a new skill is not the easiest thing, especially when it's something that has been very ingrained in your mind or in your routine in your life for a very long time. It's not easy and it's not simple, but with grace, you can achieve it. And I believe it. And for my other folks, like, you know, there's always that thing where, like, you don't have to just, like, there's, like, so many belief systems that I'm kind of, like, iffy on, but there is another side and perspective where, like, you know, just embody it, act on it, pretend that you're already in it, that you're already doing it. But that's just, you know, the little land. But I want to be practical with you. So I'll be practical with you guys. So just do that. Practice it as much as you can. Hold yourself accountable. And just know that you're going to get better. And you can always have, like, a partner or a friend or a family member hold you accountable. Be like, tell me whenever I'm repeating this. So that way you can fix it and address it. But other than that, I'm excited. And that should be all for the rest of my spill, my update, and everything that's been going on in my life. Even though it's very vague, I know. But I'm not going to air out my shit like that. Like, no. We're not doing that here. I'm not going to do that. But yeah. Stuff happens. What can I do? I just, you know, I'm so trying to make sense out of it myself. So there's that. I can say the same thing for everybody else. Like, you know, I'm sorry that you have to make sense out of it and come to your own conclusion. And I'm sorry for that. It's not easy. And it has not been easy on me. And I'm not going to lie on camera and say that it's not been easy on me. Like, it's been rough. It's been rough. I've been crying. I've been tormented. I've been trying to make sense out of a lot of things. And it is what it is. You know, time can tell. And there's that. Yeah. The face of disappointment. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, thank you for tapping in and thank you for letting me, you know, do this. And thank you for the ones that did comment on my post. I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you guys were open with me about what's going on in your life. And there's that. That's the update. And we'll see what my journey brings along these upcoming weeks to months. So there's that. Bye, guys.